Good morning, and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. I hope everybody's doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. Today's video, we are working on Full Deck Challenge 3 week. What week are we on? Are we on 7? 6, 7. I don't know what week we're on. I can't remember. 7. It's week 7. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have another one fall under D this week. So D is filling up. I have to go back and watch Shayna's video because I can't remember exactly what she said for week 8. I think she said purple and white splatter, but I have to watch it again and be sure. So I need to do a little bit of collage on here. And I only think I'm focusing on, ooh, look at, that's a nice dark blue piece. Ooh. That's in my scrap bin. And so that may change what we do here. But I just want to collage some bits on here for my background pages. And so here is some sheet music, which I have been using as my pull forward. I don't know that I'm going to continue that or not. It just kind of, ooh, that's kind of a cool piece. What is that? But that's gray. That's not really dark blue. But I like that piece. I want to use that in something. I don't even know what I was saying. So, yesterday is when I was like, I am so stuck. I don't know what to do. And then here I got Chloe like holding my lap down, which was great because she really missed us. It was so funny when we went to pick her up because we had taken her to, oh, by the way, we went to Arizona for a week. That's why I was filming ahead like I was. But I wasn't saying where we were going. And it was a whirlwind trip. So for my sweet friends who are in Arizona that I typically see when we go out there, we did not do that this time. We just kind of did a whirlwind trip and really just focused on, where's my glue book? Focused on seeing my mother-in-law and our grandkids, because we hadn't seen our grandkids in 2 years. That set of grandkids, I should say. And so that really was just our focus, was to spend time with them. And they were not happy because we were only able to come out for a week. And, you know, they're little, they don't understand. And my grandson is quite vocal, cute little feller that he is. He was like having no part of us only being there for the weekend because we split our time with my mother-in-law and with them, and he was just really not happy with us. But it is what it is, and we can only do what we can do, right? But he's so cute. Gosh, I just love him. They're both so cute. They had a trampoline, so of course Grandpa and I had to play on the trampoline with them. So that was fun. I do not know what I'm doing. As you can clearly see, I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh, there's a fun image that's blue on the back side of my glue page. Maybe we'll use that. Anyway, so we flew out on the 4th, yeah, and came back on the 12th. And the weather was it was really nice to have some sunshine. Oh my gosh, we are both, I realized I had glued something there and then I just glued over it. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, we played pickleball a couple times, and we watched the kids play basketball, and we were able to, like I said, we spent the weekend at our son's house because the kids were out of school for the weekend, obviously. So we wanted to maximize our time with them. So that was really fun. And of course, it was Super Bowl weekend, which I could not have cared less about the game or the commercials this year. But it was, some of the commercials were good, but it's just, I don't care. I mean, I was really there just for the the food. But anyway, and we did eat good. I made a big tray of jalapeno poppers, and we had wings, and we had grilled hot dogs and buffalo dip, all the good fun football food. So we had gone into the grocery on Saturday because we had to pick up a birthday cake for somebody. And they had the biggest, most beautiful jalapenos. And I was like, oh, word. Yeah, we got to do something with these. So when I say I made a sheet tray full, it was a full of poppers. And they were so good. But anyway. All right. So I have to clean up. I've got glue here. I did spend some time yesterday afternoon. I refilled glue bottles and thinned out my 3-in-1, so hopefully I won't be fighting with that. I was going to try to film an episode of Infirmary yesterday, and I just couldn't. And then when I was like looking at what I had written, when I had said about the math with how old Penelope was, I have a big faux pas in my story, so I have to fix it. So that was part of why I was so derailed yesterday. All right. So, yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well. It is snowing sideways here today, which is, you know, always fun when you come back from sunshine and decent weather to... Oh, snowing sideways. The plows must be busy on I-90 because they haven't been by the house yet. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go ahead and do some work on here. Let's try this. I don't ever use my stains. Is that yucky? No. What is that? Wow, that's weird. Interesting. Oh, I like the splat. What am I wearing? Not my apron. I better get my apron. I had my Columbia vest on because I'm cold and that just splatted, and I thought, oh, I better put my apron on so I don't get ink all over my vest. Well, that's fun. Haha. I'm getting ink everywhere, but that's okay. I never used this. I only have a few of these, and I seldom use them. This is Faded Jeans in the Distress Stain. I don't even know if they make these anymore, to be perfectly honest. And I think I have them. One I know I got as a Christmas present 2 years ago. And the rest I think I got in Ranger mystery boxes. But I will say, good call on putting on an apron, because I have a whole big blue mark right across my stomach now. So I have to wipe down. I've got to clean up really well. I hope I didn't get that on my vest. I guess if I do, oh well. Anyway, all right. So I've been contemplating the next thing that I want to work on, and I don't know what I want to make next. Oh, I love that. Do I let it air dry or heat tool it? Let's heat tool it. Oh my goodness, I made a big mess. I got splat all over my little envelope. It's on my glue. Definitely on things I didn't want it on. But now I have some added interest to this painty piece. I made a mess. Mess maker. All right, so I'll have to get that cut out. I'm not ready to do that yet. And so for Christmas, I got this Nuvo expanding mousse. So as soon as I heard dark blue, or as soon as I anticipated dark blue, I knew I wanted to play with that. So what I've got to do is just grab a stencil. And let's see, what do we want to do? Ooh, what about an expanding butterfly? Would that work? Why not? I don't know. We're just playing. Okay. So yeah, we're going to see what this does. And one thing I like about doing this on the Rolodex cards is I'm using products that I haven't maybe, obviously I haven't used this yet. I'm opening it. But like the spray, the Distress Stain, the splat thing on that, I don't use that. And I'm thinking about doing an art journal. When I was cleaning up a few weeks ago, I found a really pretty quilt square that was in some Happy Mail I had gotten a while ago. And the colors are super vibrant and a lot of fun. So I was thinking about maybe using that to make an art journal. But I also, excuse me, I also already have one made. Do I want to use her? She's really cute, but I'm trying to, I'm debating the placement of the butterfly for if I use her, but I don't think I'm going to use her. Anyway, focus, Jody, focus. Clearly I have no focus today. Ooh, this is really thick. Let's see what happens. So I was thinking about an art journal. Does anybody follow Carrie Griffiths and saw his, what was it called? Darn it. Mixed Media March. And I'm like, oh, that would have been fun, but I cannot commit to another daily project. I know he said, like, you can, like, partner up with somebody. But honestly, I just don't think I have it in me for a daily project right now. I don't know. We still don't know what's happening with the RV. And I think I had said in a previous video that I had an update. And then I never told you guys what it was. So supposedly, it's supposed to be getting moved down here. I'm not holding my breath. I would probably die if I held my breath waiting on it to get moved. And do I want to do another one? Maybe like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I do. Anyway, so it's supposed to be getting moved down here, but the woman, oh my gosh. So the man is the guy who actually towed it after the accident, and he was so kind and just so nice to work with. And I will say, as diplomatically as possible, the same cannot be said for his wife. And yeah. So I threw her off the other day. Mark's been calling her, and I threw her off the other day because I was the one who called her, and you could tell she was taken aback when she heard my voice on the phone. And let's just say that she did not use that same tone with me, which was probably in her best interest because I was prepared for her nastiness. Just no excuse for treating people the way that she's been treating Mark. And last time he called her, I had to really refrain from saying anything. So when we knew we had to call her again, I said, don't worry, honey, I'll take care of it. And, you know, she wasn't nasty to me, which, again, was in her best interest. But supposedly, it's going to be getting moved, hopefully, this week down here. And maybe, maybe we'll know something. Because, you know, we still don't know anything. And it's been 3.5 months. So I said, I'm so tired of saying, you know, I need this. It's in the RV. Like, I need a new pair of tennis shoes, but I have a new pair in the RV. My Brita water bottle that I always use when I fly because it's got a filter in it, and then I can just fill it up once you get through security. It's in the RV because I use it on my bicycle. Oh, just so many fun things. Okay, so I am not wearing my microphone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat tool this. I'm going to video it, and I will try to remember to take the sound out of it. But I really want to see what this does because it's supposed to expand. So, and I am totally just playing. I really am. I mean, this might be an epic fail, but again, how do we know if we don't try? So this is what it looks like before. Okay, now let's heat it. That's kind of fun. Can you see what it's doing? Oh, is the light right for you? Oh, I hope it's right. Come on, there we Oh, that's so cool. I almost feel like I want to let that air dry on that side so we see the difference. What's it gonna do if I keep heating it? What's it gonna do? That's crazy. That is so crazy, you guys. And it's like hard. Oh my gosh, that's kind of cool. I don't know. That's wild. Oh, you know what we need to do to them now? Yeah. We need to, what's the word? Glacier paste. That's the word. Ooh, I do have the light mousse. My water's in the way to get to my stuff here. So is my iPad. Everything's in the way. I could put a little bit of that on there. I was thinking this just to highlight it. I do have that. That's the expanding. I meant this one. I'm totally just playing. Can you guys tell I'm just playing? That's not... I know the prompt is dark blue, but we have to have some variation in color, right? All right. So I think I'm going to try that. Ow. Okay. Try that. Let's see what it does. Kai, get on my finger. You're not going to get on my finger. I got to mix you up. Okay, back to this. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Don't need a big blob on my finger, Jody. Oh, no, that's coming off. Okay. Gentle. That is kind of crazy. Like, can you even tell that's a butterfly? I don't know. Maybe on a different background. Maybe my background's too dark, but it's okay. It's just about playing and enjoying ourselves today, right? Because clearly I have zero focus. This is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay. So I gotta stir that up. Don't put it away. All right, so now what do we want to do? Okay, so my constants have been a ticket and a postage stamp. And look at that, where I cleaned that off. Isn't that a pretty, that's really pretty too. Got to use that somewhere. Okay, so a ticket and a postage stamp. So let's see what we have for a ticket. Ticket. Our ticket doesn't have to be dark blue. I do happen to have a blue ticket though. It's not really dark blue though. Okay, so let me find a ticket. And then I'll come back to figure out what I'm going to do for a focal point on this because of how those puffed up. Like I wasn't expecting that, and you really can't see those very well. So I'm just wondering what I can do to bring those out. Maybe if I take like a black marker around that. Where's a fine liner? Okay, so we know that I like to be real with you guys, and I'm going to say I think this is a total disaster. It's a mess. I do not love it, but I am going to persevere. I clearly didn't clean my little brush last time I used it. So I didn't think the butterflies popped off the page enough, so I decided I would go around them with black marker. So I went around them with a black acrylic marker, and I still thought they were too just subdued and blended into the background too much. So I decided I would add some white acrylic marker. And so it's just a mess, but I'm just going to keep at it here. I'm going to just take my black Stabilo All pencil, and I am going to add just a touch of this around to shadow these and see what happens. And, you know, we don't always love the things that we make, and that's okay, because I think the reality is we don't always love everything we make. And, but I think it's important, like for me, I am learning from this. I am learning that the mousse flex up, is flecking up when I was trying to like put the white on my page, the mousse was flecking up. And that's okay. I don't mind. And this is just going to be a piece that I'm going to work on. And I'm going to keep working at the background until I like it or decide to chuck it and start all over again. If I do that, I will still share this with you, because I think it's important for everyone to know that, you know, even the greats, which I am not a great, by the way, I'm just saying, everybody makes mistakes, everybody has failures. The thing is that most YouTubers are going to edit that out. They're not going to show you the failures, and I do, because what if you learn from me, you know? And fortunately, this is not a piece that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a present for somebody and it has to be epically perfect. It is not. What it is a learning experience for me. And that's part of what I'm trying to do on these prompts. Like the last one, the light blue, you guys heard, I mean, oh my gosh, I was so in love with that distress glaze. And it's so funny because, you know, we had gone to dinner that night for my son's birthday. And I asked Mark if we could stop at Michael's, because Michael's had some glaze on clearance. So I did get some glaze on clearance, and I'm really excited about it. And then of course we left, and so I really haven't been able to play too much with it. I did use one of the new colors on my, yeah, I am just not loving this. I'm trying to figure out what I can do to make it better. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it's salvageable. Ooh, now that's kind of fun. Let's see what that does. I'm gonna let that dry. I think I'm gonna have to come over these with a different color. They're just not popping enough off that background. That's part of the problem. I am laughing. I must have had glacier paste still in this, because I have sparkles all around my butterflies. Can you see that? Oh, glacier paste. Not even when I was intending to use it, it's showing up in my projects. Okay, I have to get a game plan here to fix this card. I think I'm going to look at my acrylic inks and see what colors I have. Maybe I will go over this. I wonder if my clear gesso is any good anymore. I was thinking maybe if I paint clear gesso over this whole thing, and then that's in the background, then maybe I can do like some acrylic ink around it and run it and see what happens. I think I'm going to try that. So I'm going to do if my clear gesso is good. Haha, it's good. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to paint this on. I have to get a paintbrush out. It's not just use my fingers, although my fingers are working. And just get a coat of this all over. Seal in those backgrounds, right? And then I'm going to come back in with, ooh, that glass is hot from the heat tool. Ooh, that's actually adding some texture too where I'm doing that. So maybe I do that on purpose. Yeah, I like it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Clearly, I'm just playing. And I guess this is what I needed, was a messy play. So I had to figure out infirmary. So I'll tell you what was wrong. Well, so William is staying with Penelope while the infirmary is being rebuilt. And what I had worked into my story is not time appropriate for her age. And because what I had worked into my story is a historical bit, it matters that her age is accurate. But if I put that in the bit, it's going to make her far older than I had wanted her to be. And especially in that time frame, like, I just don't think if I make her that age, it would make sense. I don't know what the average lifespan of a person was in that time frame. I'll have to look that up. Maybe that will help me determine how I fix the story. But so I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm stuck. Okay. All right, so I'm going to dry that. Hopefully that gives me some background texture. And I'm going to look and see what color inks I have. And I don't think I'm going to use a blue. I think I want a pop of color. Like, what do I want for a pop of color? Okay. Well, this parchment paper worked on this clear gesso because I haven't used this in a really long time and it's not dried out. So that makes me really happy. Okay. I do like the cleanup on the glass mat for sure. Okay, I've dried it. And the question is now, what color am I in the mood for a contrasting color? And I don't know what I did with my color wheel. I lost it again. In my head, in the screen, probably. I need my color wheel because I don't, I'm afraid if I use the yellow, I'm going to get green on it. I don't want green. And I thought the orange might be a really fun pop of color. Oh, sorry. I just caught with my glasses. Oh, what did I do with it? Okay, we're going to do orange. I found it. I moved it. I need to clean up. So we're going to do orange. Which was what I reached for to begin with. And then I was like, maybe not. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to just go with it and see what happens, okay? If I can get my ink open without getting it everywhere. There we go. All right. So I just want to put a little along the top and let it run. See what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. We're just playing. Does it really constitute as dark blue now that I'm doing all this? Probably not. But it's artistic. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's like just a little bit of interest. Yeah. Maybe if I can dab that off the butterflies. Oh, look, it's going to come off. We don't know if we don't try, and we don't learn if we don't try. So that's what we are doing. And clearly, I just needed to be a big mess maker today. Oh, I like that. I'm like, should I put a little bit more of this at the top? Because I could come back in and like splatter that at the bottom again. That would be like really cool. Splatter the blue, I mean. Because then if the blue splatters like on top of the orange, that would be a really cool effect. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. I just wanted to add a little bit more water to make that run. And this is only single layer Rolodex card. Again, I'm not doubling these up. I just kind of feel like whatever happens, happens with them. And I'm really enjoying the process of these cards. I love that. I'm going to dry that. I'm not going to take off any more. I might just dab right here on this butterfly. Okay, so I'm going to heat tool that. I really like that a lot. That's a lot of fun. And if this is not your style or you're like, Jody, what are you doing? That's okay too. I truly am just playing. I don't think I've ever done that with the acrylic inks. So that is a really fun learning experiment. Belle, I know you did that in your Fanguary with the red on your coffin, and that was so cool. I really liked that. And I've seen other people do it too, but I think by far that's been my favorite thing with the inks running down the page. And I don't know, this is pretty high up there with that, in my opinion, for how much I really like it. So let me dry it. I'm like, do I let it air dry so I don't blow that around? I'll just have to be careful with it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so it's dried and I do really like it. I don't know why that's like speaking to me. I very rarely work in orange ever, actually. I don't even remember the last time I worked with orange. Oh, I do. The orange prompt. You guys remember how that went, right? Okay, so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to embellish this. I'm going to get it decorated and then I will come back and show you the finished product. I think I'm going to ink around this. I do want to highlight these a little bit more. I'm thinking maybe I will bring in this again and just highlight a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so cool. Yep. I love it. Oh, I just got that under my finger now. That drives me nuts. Yeah, that expanding mousse is not designed for touching it, by the way. It keeps flecking off. But that's okay. As long as the butterflies mostly stay down, that's what matters to me. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. What am I going to decorate this with? I don't know. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Okay, so I will say that I don't love this card, but I don't hate this card either. It's a very eclectic card. And I learned a lot about I learned a lot with this card. And I will say that I learned that expanding mousse is kind of really interesting. I really like the technique of allowing the ink to run down into the other color. I think that is a super cool technique. And a new product that I had gotten a few weeks ago was this bleed proof white ink, and it is not picking up the distress stain. So I really like that as well. I had a hard time with my postage stamp and my ticket, and you can see the music is here. So that's my bring forward. It's kind of becoming my constant. So I'm not really sure about calling it my bring forward because I continue to use it. It's like I have 3 constants going on. But anyway, is it a crazy, quirky mess? Absolutely. Do I like it? I think I do. I had used my phone a friend. I know this was supposed to be free. And in the aspect of using the orange on it, that was me being free. I was really struggling with the elements, adding the elements because of the placement of these two. Like, I feel like I should have done like maybe 2 closer together and one coming up the edge to leave room. I don't know. I'm not going to remake it. Well, I might remake it, but this is my dark blue card. And so I called Phone a Friend and she was like, cover your experiments. And I was like, but I learned a lot and they have really cool texture. So I didn't want to cover them and not be able to see what I learned. And again, I am trying to use these as a fun way to experiment with some products and techniques, right? So I found out in the last card, I love the Distress Glaze. I already said that. I found out in this card, I love this ink running. I actually really like these butterflies. I think if I had done them on a different background, what happened was it was just also dark. I didn't have any contrast. So that's kind of what led into everything else. And I just kind of did it intuitively, which was fun. So this needs to finish drying. I have not yet done my written on the back what I normally write on the back of these. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy the process, you learn something, and that it encourages you to play with the product and see what happens. And remember, it's only paper and this is a small space. I mean, what is this? 2 by 4, I think is what it is. Just a little over 2 1/4 by 4. So it is a small space to experiment on. So I encourage you to do so. Oops. And yeah, again, I don't love it and I don't hate it. I don't know how I feel about it. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about this card. And this puffy texture is so cool. Like, I really like the texture of that. I have to do a little bit of homework. I'm a little curious because I was able to peel it up like I did. So I don't know if I was supposed to prep the surface or not, because the Nuvo mousse that I normally use is just mousse. I just use it to embellish. But this being puffy, maybe I missed a step with prepping surface. That I don't know. So I'll have to do a little homework. Or maybe one of you will know and can just share with me and say, Jody, this is what you did or need to do or whatever. But it's just a grungy, messy piece. And look at me. Now I have to go make lunch. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you're enjoying the series. I'm really enjoying seeing the makes in the Facebook group. So thank you so much for sharing, not only in the Full Deck Challenge group, but also in my Facebook group. It's been a lot of fun to see what you guys are making. So I will get this uploaded for you for tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you to all the new subscribers. You guys are amazing. I cannot believe the growth of the channel over the last couple of weeks. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, bye.